We'll hear the translation into English then. Thank you, Dr. Wang.
John. Okay, thank you, John. It is a great pleasure to attend this ESC meeting. Rongke Power is a global leading company for high-end vanadium batteries and the energy storage solutions. For the VFB energy storage, we actually started the business back in 2018. We have worked with the Chinese agencies and some institutions back in 2008. We started on the R&D, the different projects, and now we're promoting the application of vanadium batteries. So altogether, that's a journey of 16 years. Now, vanadium batteries has been in the beginning stage of the application. Next slide, please.
Next, please. Okay. Over
the past 10 plus years, we have been through a lot. Currently, we have three major parts of our business. As you can see from this page, we have a business on high-end chemical materials and also electrolyte for VFBs. We work with the Dalian Institute of the CES on that aspect, and that involves R&D and innovations for VFBs. And we also go from there to promote marketing. And then we have the Rongke Energy Storage Equipment Company. That business is focused on the production and the manufacture of VFB storage equipment. So we go from materials to R&D to marketing. And for that, we have over 1,400 staff members, and we have over 450 patents in that aspect. Currently, the installed capacity of VFBs for energy storage has gone beyond 2 gigawatt hours. And actually, VFB is really a major part of our whole business landscape. In our industry, we look at all those companies that have demand for VFB delivery. Although many of those companies could be our competitors, we are willing to work with them to promote the application of VFBs. Could you turn the page, John?
Okay. 这张图呢显示了我们在中国辽宁
On this page,
大连这样一个城市
you could see our
是我刚才介绍的这样的一个情况。
entities in Liaoning, corresponding to the three major parts of our business.
这个雄飞总他所在的这个
In
攀钢
Sichuan,
合资公司在四川的
we have a joint venture with Pangang, that is in Panzhihua City of Sichuan province. Apart from that, we have a joint venture with Conch, and that is for the manufacturing of VFB equipment and also marketing. So from the battery end, we have a capacity of 1 GW, and as for electrolyte, our capacity could be 2.5 GWh. And if you convert that to cubic meters, our capacity for electrolyte could be 150,000 cubic meters. That is a lot. And at the start of this year, we went further to improve our capacity for making electrolyte. So as you can see, we are going further to enhance our leading position in electrolyte production. Could you turn the page, John?
Okay. 这个呢就是我们主要的这个电解液生产的这样的一个基地。
So on this page, you could see our base for making electrolyte. Apart from production, We also do testing and R&D. All those activities took place on this base. Turn the page, please.
Okay, next. Yeah. 这个呢是电池装备制造的生产基地。那
So
么
here
目
you can see
前
our base
在
for
年的
making battery equipment.
新投产了一个自动化程度
Back
更
in
高，
June
说是可以实
last
现一个
year,
连续化生产制造的一个
we
电池装
actually
备制造的
put online
这
a
样的
really
一个产品。
fantastic
所以
line
整个目前
for
实现的总产
making
能呢
battery
达到10
equipment
吉瓦。 如
continuously.
果要是说我们通过加班或者是
And
增加晚上的这个
the
生产
total
时间的话，
capacity
这个
in
产
this
能可以达
aspect
到 1.8 个
has
吉瓦。
gone beyond
同时
1
呢，这个
gigawatt.
基地
And
生
if
产的这个
we
钒电池呢， 是
actually
供应
enhance
中
the
国
working
为
shifts,
主的主要市
the
场，
total
以
capacity
及
here
国
on this
外的一些
base
市场。
can
好，
go to like
Next, please.
1.8 GW. Turn the page, please.
OK， 这张图呢表明了我们从08年的成立一直到24年的这样的一个发展的历程。其实过
So
往的
here
这个
you
10
can
年
see
的
our
一个奋斗
timeline
我觉得也代
between
表了凡越电子的
2008
整个的一
and
个发展。
2024.
在
As you can
2020
see,
年之前
our
主
history
要是以
has been
开发为主，
consistent
那么
with the
主要进
pace
行
of
钒
VFB
电池的
development.
基础性的，包括材
Before
料的开发、
2012,
电堆的
the
开
focus
发
was on
以及电
R&D.
池系统的
So
套
we
载
did
电
a
池
lot
系统
of
的这样
basic
一个开发。
research
那么
regarding, for
2022年
example,
我们
materials,
从我们角度来
stack,
讲，实施了一个标志性的
and
这
the
样一个项
first
目，是
generation
一个10
batteries.
兆瓦、10兆瓦、10兆
In
瓦，在
2012,
风电场
we
进行
started
了
a
一个
signature
储
project
能的设备。
that
那
is
么到目前来
for
讲，这一
our
块的
5
设备也一直在
MW
持续运
to
行。
10
那么
MW
同时呢，它
project
也
in
代表
combination
我们
with
行业里
wind
边运
power.
行时间最长的一个发电
And
池的一
as
个
you can
生产
see,
因为它的
we
年
have
寿
this
命
set
能
of
达到了13
equipment
年。
that
那
has
么
been
它
running
呢
for
也
13
很好
years.
验证了反电
That
池
is
的
the
整个的
longest
效率的稳定性、时间
running
的稳定
life
性，以及
for
这
any
样子它显
facility
示了反电
of this
池高
kind
安全、
in the
长
market.
寿命
That
这样的一
means
个特性。
actually
那么这套系
VFBs
统
are
目前来讲还
trustworthy
会再继
and
续延续下
reliable.
去，我觉得这也是对
Going
整个
forward,
市
I'm
场
sure
寿命的一个
this
很好
system
的
can keep
实证
running
案例。那么
beyond
在
just 13
2016
years.
年这个期
That
间，
is
12
a
到16年更
manifestation
多的是
of
非
the
常是一
benefits
个
of
工程化
VFBs.
的一个阶段。
And
在
then
这个期间，
between
那么荣克
2012
自己实
and
施了推动实施了
2016,
包括
that is
100兆瓦
a
这样
phase
在20
of
年我们当时
engineering
就是筹备
scaling.
100兆瓦这样的一个100兆
And
瓦级的反
we
电池的这
started
样的一个计划。
our
并且
facilities
呢，我们
for
也
higher
进行了
capacity.
多个与
And
这个风电
as you
场
can
光
see,
电场以及用
we
电
worked
车
with
的
a lot of
生
wind
产
farms and
实施
PV
的实
farms
践案例。可以
to
目
launch
前我们
some
这个阶段
typical
进入了完成
projects
示范的这样
in
一个
the
阶段。
industry.
而16年之
Those
后，
were
尤其是
intended
到
as engineering
在中国来
demonstration
讲的话，我觉得
projects.
最典型的就是
After
在22年之后，
2016,
那么进入
I
了
mean,
一个市场的
especially
一个推广
after
期。那么后面我会介
2022,
绍比较多的
that's a new phase
这些案
for
例，
further marketing
更多的都
and
是在
wider
这个
adoption.
22年之后
There's
来
going to
实
be a
施
lot
的，
of
无论是在
cases
规模上
shared
还
in
是
that
在这
aspect.
个项目的数量上
So
都有了明显的
since
增长。那么这也
2022, we
代表
have
了反电
seen
池进入
a
一个
lot
商业
of
化初
growth
期，
in
生产规
terms
模
of the
这样的一个新
number
的里
of
程。
projects
好 next
and
please。
the scale of projects. Turn the page, please.
这是我们取得的一些资质性的一些文件还有一些质量认
And
证的
here
文
you
件。
could see
Next, please.
our qualification files. Turn the page, please, John.
反电池的这个特性呢，大家应该都比较了解了。
I'm sure all
那
of
它
you
的里程
understand
30
the
年，
properties
超
and
长的寿
benefits
命
of
可以日寿
VFBs.
命可以达到20 年，
Those
光
batteries
年
are
圆环
super
可以达到
safe
2次以上，
and they have
以
a
及
long service
这个电
life
池呢可以
up
达
to
到
20 years on the
这
calendar.
个深度的这个充放，还有就是功
And
率和容量呢可以
also,
进行一个解耦的设计，这使得反
those
电池呢
batteries allow
现在的市
100%
场
DOD
是它的定
without
位，以
any
及从
structural
对从
damage.
业者来讲，
And
把它定位
there
成一
is a
个
high degree
相
of
对于
flexibility
大规
with
模的
VFBs.
这个大规模
And
有这个
in
大功
energy
率，也
storage,
有大容
I'm
量
sure
这样的一个
VFBs
概
are
念，所
really
以对大规
wonderful
模而且
candidates
安全性
for
要求
large
非常高
scale
的同时
deployments.
呢在长
So
时就是
the
长的这个储能时长的
power
时候，
level
它是有很好的
and
应用的空间
capacity
和
can
效
be
率的。
very
这
high,
也是市场
and
对
those
这个技
systems
术寄予的
can
一
be
个厚望。
intended
所以
for
呢，荣克
running
的
many
系统的
years.
这个应用也主要是围绕这样的一个
At
大规
our
模系统，
company,
以
we
及
have been
在一
thinking
个时
about
长比较长的
large-scale
长
energy
度的这个
storage
储能。
sales and long-duration operations. Could you turn the page?
Next, please. OK，这个呢就是各种的电池技术在整个市场端的一个对比吧。大家可以看到中间的这个
So here you could
Vanadium
see a comparison among different kinds of batteries and solutions for energy storage. You could see VFB is in the middle. You can go from 100 kWh to somewhere near 10 GWh, and the storage duration can be 2 hours, 4 hours, or more than 10 hours. There is enough flexibility in configuration, and that is really very conducive to energy storage. We can do a comparison between VFBs and things like compressed air or pumped water. Turn the page, please.
这就是它的一些具体的应用的市场的空间。
Here you can see some usage scenarios. And nowadays, there is a lot of growing integration between new energy, electricity, and power grids. And that's going to be a major challenge for the power grids. We want to ensure supply-demand balance on the power grid. And that's where energy storage comes in. We want to make sure all those can be met. Could you turn the page? And many companies are leveraging the price difference to make profits, and they depend on really good solutions. And here you could see 2 products intended for overseas markets. We have the so-called S-Power. So you can go from 20 kilowatt hours, actually from 20 kilowatts to 40 to 60 kilowatts. There is a lot of flexibility, and also the storage duration can be flexible, and then it uses a container for easy installation and easy transportation. And that also makes O&M easier. Nowadays, we have efforts for making inroads into markets of Australia, Europe, and Japan. Now here you could also see a product known as U-Power. So it could support 10 kW or 40 kWh per unit, and it is highly modularized. It is suitable for different spaces, like underground spaces, community spaces, industrial spaces, very high flexibility.
Next, please.
Next page.
Next, please. Thank you.
Next page.
OK， 这就是我们已经实施的一些电网测的项目。还有就是在工商业用户的这个
you could see some projects implemented for the power grid, and also some projects for industrial customers. For the power grid demand is huge. We could see energy storage for the power grid could easily go beyond 100 MW, and for some unit projects, they can even go up to 1 gigawatt hour, and the hour can go up to 200 MW. And I'm sure in China, the market space is huge, especially for power grids. And the energy storage duration can be 2 hours, 4 hours, and then we have seen 5 hours or even up to 6 hours. And I'm sure VFBs have a unique advantage in supporting 9 hours. For industrial usage, the hours demand could be higher, meaning longer duration for energy storage. And for different provinces, there could be different definitions for peak periods and valley periods for electricity demand. So to make profits from the price difference, the storage duration has to be configured flexibly. In Central China and Eastern China, we can go up to a very long duration. Sometimes the demand could be even 100 hours. Could you turn the page?
这个项目刚才我们这个演讲人也有介绍过，这是我们在大连实施的一个单体的100兆瓦、400兆
So
瓦
here
时
you
的，
can see
并且是
a project we have done in Dalian. This single project is like 100 megawatts and 400 megawatt hours,
它的这个设计呢，
and it is placed
就是比较
indoors.
符合液流电池的这样的一个特点。我们在
In
整个建筑
the whole design of the
装的都
project
是成装业
fits
米
the
这个储罐，
properties
大
of
量的装的
VFBs.
都是这个用反
The
这个反式
batteries
米
are
液。
placed
那么这
on
个
the
第
first
二层
floor
都
of
是
this
这个
building,
装有
and
电堆
you
的
could
充气
see
的集装
all
箱。
the facilities and
从这
tanks
个图上
for
大家能够看到
different
左
parts
边
of the
黄色
system.
上的都是这个变流器以及升压、变压这些装
So
置。
on the roof, you can see that those are different transformers. Those facility is in the city center of Dalian, so that's why we consider this vertical structure to save the square footage. So if we want to promote this within our industry, this would be a good example where the square footage is not sufficient, or it can be due to special weather considerations or temperature considerations. So this is the industrial practice. And this is to adjust the frequency and also supply with the grid. And also, this is emergency contingency power supply for the city of Dalian. In case of the grid failure in Dalian, this power energy storage can serves as a backup power supply. And last June, we also used this energy storage station to replace one of the coal power plant. So this is to kick off the power plant because in the extreme weather conditions, given ad hoc weather conditions, there might be some great failure. With this energy storage solutions in place, the city can manage to fix the problems in the grid facilities. I think in April 20th, all you have heard the great blackout in Spain. So that caused a heated discussion on the vulnerability of the current infrastructure. Then the vanadium electrolyte has been given high hope, and as we got great confidence from the performance. Next, please. Next slide.
Next, please. Thank you. Okay. 这是一个也是一个独立储能的电站。
So this is another example of energy storage station. So this is purely outdoor and it's all compartmentalized. You can see this energy storage. We have two layers, one in the upper layer, another on the lower layer as a one unit. So in the bottom, it's the electrolyte. On the top, it's the stack. So this kind of design could solve the usage of the land and also gives more potential for the vanadium batteries because so in terms of the whole construction of the station, the cost effectiveness has been improved. Rongke has supplied 175 megawatt, so another company supplied. So altogether, the total capacity is 250. So another company supplied 175. The another value is so this is the one and only energy storage station that achieved the grid forming. So this project represents the most cutting-edge technology. Next, please. Next, please.
这个呢，是我们实施的一个光伏配套的储能电站。
So this is auxiliary energy storage for a PV. So the total capacity is 70 megawatt-hour and 300 megawatt-hours, and it has been smoothing output, and it has been going on very well for a year.
Next, please.
Next, please.
Next, please.
Next, please.
OK，这个就是我们刚才讲到的，这个是一个
I've mentioned this project previously. So this is a typical user side example. So this is built in the cement factory. Well, the configuration, you can see that from the picture. What's worth mentioning is in this project, we use the renting of the VFB leased electrolyte because vanadium is really sustainable and there's no loss as the feature of the VFB and continues high quality. So the material value of VFB has been kept. So in the user side project, we consider leased electrolyte as a viable commercial option. On one hand, it will reduce the initial cost investment by 40% for the customer. Secondly, it will improve the profitability of the energy storage station, and therefore the customer will find this is a very good deal and then have more interest in investment. So this is a new business model. We have done 4 of them already in China. Many finance agencies are now showing great interest. I think this represents this is the feature of a VFB advantage compared to other options. Next, please.
Next, please.
Next, please. Okay, those are some of our footprints across the world. In addition to our main facilities, R&Ds, and sales in China, we also have a footprint in Hong Kong and in Australia. We have branch offices or subsidiaries in those locations.
Next, please.
Next, please.
好的，这个就是我们的一些服务方面的这一些情况。基
So
本的
this is some of about our service for Rongke and also our latest vanadium battery progress. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wang. I appreciate the presentation, your leadership and promotion of the vanadium flow batteries. I was very interested to see that you now have 4 leasing projects out there. That's great news. As we have at Vanatech been saying for quite some time, we think that leasing of the electrolyte shows great promise for the growth of the battery. So thank you very much. We're going to move on to our next presentation. If you have any questions for Dr.